Guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Liquid Hotshot and we are here for the Canadian Grand Prix here in our Formula 1 2019 career mode at McLaren. Now, at the start of this episode you see me do a couple upgrades there for the aerodynamic tree, and I just want to let you guys know that there's not gonna be any qualifying here today, because I was recording the qualifying with my mate in my party and I didn't realise up until now that I'd actually done that, so I know mate unable to post come over it, and you can't hear his voice anyway, so it'd be like me talking to myself anyway, so you guys probably don't even want to hear me blabble on about miscellaneous stuff. But anyway, here we are at the Canadian Grand Prix and that's about it. Yeah, I'll jump back with you guys at the race. I did a successful-ish qualifying session, got into Q2, and I think I forgot to, it's either this one or the French Grand Prix. I think it's the French Grand Prix, but I didn't get a good another Q2 run. I think I spun out or something. I had to go out and get another set of tyres, and I've been that anyway, so yeah, we start here in 11th, I do believe, so let's just have a little look, and yeah.
Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, and Butler, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Raikkonen, and Daniel Ricciardo, Russell, Perez, Lando Norris, Bell,
14th, sorry, but yeah, I'll see you guys at the race. Alright, so on the starting grid here in 14th in my trusty McLaren to 5 red lights, and away we go. Initially it's a decent start, climbing up the gears there, lose a bit of time to Lando Norris. Anyway, we're going to look like we're going to be boxed in, squeezed straight through into the inside, as I think that's Alex Albon goes for a massive dive bomb to my inside after me threading the needle behind Lando Norris, and I think Devon Butler behind. Anyway, we're coming through sector 1 here. They're looking to go too wide, Albon and Norris. Norris not getting the best of it, being shaken off by his Thai rival, we're going to say, because Norris hasn't got any points as I leap down the inside, under braking, straight up into P13 now, ahead of Albon. And you'll notice in a couple of the new Grand Prix that are coming out after this one that I am changing my camera style quite a bit. I do like my the camera style that I've been using in previous races before, but I'm just trying to get used to most of them, and you'll see some of that in the qualifying sessions as the clear air in front of us allows to brake a little bit later into the hairpin, giving us a really good exit as well, getting a tow from the pre-patch racing point. As you can see, you know, this is pre-patch. The patch came out for me when in my career mode save between France and Austria, so in Austria you'll notice a slight difference to how the AI behaves. Anyway, coming into lap 2 now, the field is relatively bunched up, the leaders are beginning to pull away, and I'm just wanting to stay with the pack here in the opening couple laps. So he's just letting me know to keep checking my my engine temps, which I don't whatsoever throughout this Grand Prix, as a dive down the inside of the Mexican himself, the King of Mexico, some call. Well, the modern day King of Mexico anyway. Down the inside of Sergio Perez in that racing point, but obviously he's got that straight line speed of the Mercedes engine, so he can keep with me as we are trying to follow Daniel Ricciardo now through this traffic. Obviously works Renault engine and McLaren Renault engine, so you know, if we can keep with Renault, because I think at this point our engine was still a little bit better than Renault's, but you'll see in the upcoming episodes I kind of neglected the power side of the car, but that's about it. I'll come back to you guys with some more stuff and things. Actually, there's no point me going. In fairness, I've just looked forward, but anyway, you can see two cars going side by side. Sergio Perez on our left hand side. We're going to brake a little bit later, we're going to defend, and we get a cheeky little look around Daniel Ricciardo's right hand side, but we can't make anything happen there, and we got a yellow flag up ahead, and I wonder whose that is going to be. I do believe it is Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull. Yes, it is. I almost T-boned into him. I didn't see him really because of the dark matte livery on the Red Bull. You put yes, confirmation. That is Pierre Gasly out of this session. And I don't know what just happened there, but it seems as though my video just skipped a bit. But Sergio Perez, you know, he's trying to stay with us, but through the corners is not the best. So, you know, we're able to defend once again against the Mexican man, as we are staying with Daniel Ricciardo. So we are doing quite well, and I showed you guys the strategy for the Grand Prix. It's going to be a soft onto a medium, as once again Jeff lets us know about our engine as I pull to the right hand side of the long back straight to break the toe of the Mexican man, so that we can keep the position going into the chicane before the Wall of Champions. And now you can see this train is definitely starting to slow us down. There are 5 cars in front of us, and when it gets to a point where I'm having to brake early because I'm following these guys through, that's when it's going to become a problem for me. I'm going to start losing time once again late on brakes. We've still got that yellow flag through this sector because of Pierre Gasly, so we can't have any overtakes, but back into the green flags now. We're going to open up DRS. We're staying in that crucial 1 second zone for Danny Rick as Sergio Perez closes up once again. I think Daniel Ricciardo locks up there going into the corner, losing a bit of time. As you can see, we are gaining, coming towards the hairpin of lap 4 now, and we go for a cheeky dive down the inside. Very nice work there, if I don't say myself, and squeeze him out, and we are now into P10, I do believe. P10. So we've done quite a bit of work in this Grand Prix so far, as Ricciardo goes to my left, Sergio Perez goes to my right, going into the chicane. We're 3 wide, and they both let off the throttle because they knew better. Anyway, I got DRS through there because I do believe Ricciardo was his nose was in front of me going through the detection point, so I got DRS on the start-finish straight there. But now it's a case of trying to catch up to Kimi Räikkönen in the Alfa Romeo racing car, so I shall jump back to you when that happens. So we join back in lap 7. Between there, we've just been defending from Sergio Perez in the racing point, but he's fallen behind as we've caught up to Raikkonen, go down for a massive dive bomb, get a cheeky bit of wing damage on the left-hand side of the car. I don't know what happened there. Yes, I was quite aggressive with that dive bomb. I made it work. None of us spun out, but I don't understand how we got left wing damage when Raikkonen was on my outside, technically. I don't know whether under braking, like, my car clipped the curb on the left hand side and like the front end plate or something just fell off, but yeah, coming into lap 7, I was here with K-Dot. K-Dot was sat next to me, encouraging me, I guess, and he was quite amazed by the overtakes I was making. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but he was asking what my ideal position before the first pit would be, and I said to him P6. Now from 14 to 6, that's 8 positions, so that would be a lot to make up in the first stint. Anyway, we go up into P4 momentarily on this in lap. I'm gonna come in the pits a lap later than Kimi, and I think we got into P9 before we're going to make our pits, so effectively we are in P9 at this current moment in time, but we're just going to have to see what the traffic does and how it filters us out. Okay, so coming into the back end of that lap now, where I'm going to be making a pit, I do believe with George Russell, yes. So brake late, hit the marker board, at the speed. You want to make sure you're not speeding in the pit lane, otherwise you get a penalty. That's absolutely nasty. But what you will see is Sergio Perez passing me in the pit lane, but only momentarily, and Raikkonen has passed me. So Raikkonen has effectively made that undercut work well, and normally I go for an undercut strategy, but here at Canada I didn't go for one. Normally I pit a lap earlier than the field, or 2 laps or 3 laps earlier than the field, either depending on tyre wear or you know, to have better tyres at the end of the race. Well, better tyres in the middle of the race, and then towards the end of the race I begin to slow down. Anyway, as you can see, it brought me straight back out right behind Raikkonen, so Raikkonen did make that work. Anyway, the goal is to pass Raikkonen. If we pass Raikkonen, going for a massive dive bomb down the inside, as clean as you like right there, and round here I felt really confident. Yes, Canada is a power circuit and I don't have the best power package. I felt very confident under braking here, as you've probably already seen with the amount of dive bombs I've made inside, outside, such things. So yeah, Lando was behind me, so we will overtake him whilst he's in the pits, but we're going to jump back with you guys when I've caught up to... Is that... No, it's Antonio Giovinazzi, yeah. So, who's in the pits, so yeah, I'll see you when I catch up with this little train in front of me. Which is right now, because pits and stuff. I didn't realise. So coming into lap 10, you know, we're looking quite good. You know, the tyres are relatively new. We're with this midfield pack, and we're staying with them. And once again, dive bomb on an Alfa Romeo in the exact same corner. We didn't take any wing damage that time, which would normally, you know, I wouldn't have taken wing damage anyway. As Antonio Giovinazzi comes back at me here with that Ferrari-powered Alfa Romeo car, comes to the side of me, but I'm defensive to the inside line. And he backs out of that move. Anyway, we've got Devon Butler and Lando Norris in front of me, as my teammate and my rival, both rivals actually, begin to scrap it out. And you can already see the power of that Racing Point Mercedes car, allowing him to pull ahead of my teammate. But now I'm thinking, come on Norris, hold him up a little bit please, so I can gain on you two. And that's exactly what we do coming through that final chicane. I felt really confident chucking the car straight through there, and sometimes only narrowly avoiding the wall of champions. But coming into sector 1 of lap 11, we have gained a considerable amount of time to my teammate and my rival here in F1, allowing me, you know, to size off a move. What am I thinking? Are we thinking the signature Luke dive bomb into this turn? We are, but we're going to think better of it because it's my teammate and I was too far back. So we're going to, you know, ease the car to the outside of the track so I didn't go into Lando Norris, and that allowed me, you know, we're just gonna find a groove again, you know, and we're gonna go for another overtake as soon as possible. You know, we want to get through this field. We're currently P13. No one else has got pit stops left to go, so this is where we need to make our time as we go for a cheeky dive bomb down the inside, sorry, not round the outside, of Lando Norris, as we go side by side out of that traction zone, and I get him done there, get DRS because through the detection point I was technically behind him, but I'm thinking, come on Norris, get in my slipstream, come on, we can do this. You know, I'm technically faster than Lando Norris. I've been faster than him all weekend except for qualifying. I've got a lot of race pace and I want him to stay in my DRS so I can tow him along with me and we can catch this gaggle of cars and get some points together. But in saying that, he's already effectively dropped off my gearbox behind me, and he's, you know, there's already a bit of a gap, and I didn't want to, if I push too hard I'll lose Norris, I won't be able to come with him. But as we go for another dive bomb, that is very aggressive, almost lost my car there, but yeah, like I was saying, I had a lot more pace than Norris in this race, and that's been the case for up until I think it was the Austrian Grand Prix. or the British Grand Prix when he actually scored some points. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we're going for late break in there. But he is relatively staying with me, but as soon as I'm getting in that slipstream and DRS of Devon Butler in front, he's not going to stay with me, which is unfortunate because I really wanted him to get some points here, because at this moment in time I think we were fighting the Renault and the Red Bulls in Constructors. So yeah, but as the 3 cars in front of me get held up, I get a brilliant exit, come to the left hand side of Devon Butler. I think that's Daniel Ricciardo or Hulkenberg in front of me. We're going to go to his left side and we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. That is not a sight you see often at Canada. I think the last time that happened might have been in 2010 actually, when Jenson Button had like 5 pit stops and won the race. Like, outstanding drive from him. But yeah, it is Ricciardo in front. Devon Butler's behind. That was a really nice move because these guys were squabbling at the back of the back straight. It slowed them all down going into the chicane, and I could throw my car through there, get a very good exit, and as you can see, I just pulled alongside him. And are we having deja vu, ladies and gentlemen? A Racing Point car behind and a Renault in front? What on earth is going on? Anyway, we go for a massive dive bomb, tap the Williams car, get Ricciardo done. We're going to squeeze him a little bit, be a little bit unfair there, but it's all fair in love and war, my friend, all fair. As once again Ricciardo is on my left and Devon Butler is going to my right, and this is going to be almost another 3 wide moment as those two go side by side behind me and lose a bit of time. I think I check, yeah, they do lose quite a significant amount of time to me going through that final chicane, going side by side, and that's natural around here. The corners are very, very tight, so you lose a lot of time if you go side by side and you're not on the racing line. As I am behind the Williams of the fellow Brit George Russell coming through sector 2 here. We're going to go for the signature dive bomb. Yes, we are, and that is another car absolutely demolished, absolutely stunned into silence, ladies and gentlemen, through the signature Luke dive bomb, coming through the back end of sector 1. Anyway, we're catching up to the Mexican man once again. He's decided to be in my target, be in my sights for those positions, and dive bomb into the hairpin. We go wide, and he just does a cheeky little switchback. It's the easiest move in the book, but we're getting a very good tow from Perez. We're going to just slip out to the side. We've got that acceleration now down his left hand side, which will be the outside for the final chicane, but I get it done. As you can see, getting very close to the wall of champions, throwing it through there to manage to actually be able to hold on to that position as we move up into P8 now. And I think that is Bottas. Is that Bottas in front of me? I think it is, and we're on lap 15 of 18, and not much happens. Yeah, it was a very, very fun race to record. I had a lot of fun, especially with Kieran cheering me on, and I'll come back to you when there's some action, I think, or maybe at the end of the Grand Prix. So, coming on to the last lap of the Grand Prix then, I kind of dispatched from Sergio Perez behind, and Kevin Magnussen and Valtteri Bottas have been fighting hammer and tong in front, and they were only a few seconds in front, and they were fighting for I think maybe 4 or 5 laps. Ever since I passed Perez, they were fighting, and I don't know if they were fighting before, but lost quite a bit of time. And I reckon if maybe the race had gone on a little longer, I might have been able to catch K-Mag and maybe pass him, get some extra points. But anyway, Lewis Hamilton comes across the finishing line to take the Canadian Grand Prix for the Silver Arrows, and we are in P8, and me and Kieran both got spooked there, and it went into instant replay. We don't even know what happened there. I was at my wheel, I didn't press any buttons, but yeah, we almost got very spooked there. We thought the game crashed or something. But anyway, we're coming to the final chicane for the final time, taking it nice and easy through there. Savour this moment as we come home for a P8 finish here in Canada, and a very good redemption drive from Monaco in the last race.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance in the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And after this round of the World Championship takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So it seems that we've got some questions from Claire here at the end of the race regarding the race itself.
Let's have your thoughts. You were cutting your way
So she's just asking me and telling me that I was very good, very nimble with my overtakes at this race. So I'm going to go ahead and compliment the chassis. It felt really good throwing it through the final chicane. Yeah, she's saying this because I made a few aggressive moves and lost a few front wing parts. But anyway, we're going to go with the left-hand side. I don't even know myself. I don't even know. We're going to go with the top answer. Be a bit arrogant and just it decreases my reputation a little bit. But I felt as though it was the right answer to make in that moment of time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have liked, please do drop a like down below. I appreciate it a whole lot. Subscribe if you're new and want to see the same and similar sort of content. I've got this coming out, and me and Tyler had a recording session earlier today. So there's a lot of stuff in the vault, so to speak. And you know about the vault if you go check out the Insta. It's in the description down below. Go check out the Insta. You get news, sneak peeks, stuff like that. Stuff like this, you'll see this on the Insta when you go over and follow it. It's in the description. And comment what your favourite part of the episode was, whether it was the turn 1, lap 1, cheeky little shimmy to the left, or whether it was just the raw pace we had all weekend. Obviously, like I say, I apologise for qualifying, guys. But we had a lot of pace during the race, and you guys saw that and probably enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed, and take care, everybody. See you later.
That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.